Hey, good day, good day, good day. It's Ronco Johnson, your lifestyle focused wealth coach. How are you today? Today, we're going to be talking about, I'm just going to be live today, just going to have conversations about what is your lifestyle all about and how have you planned your end of the year? I know Thanksgiving is right around the corner. It's turkey time. It's all the right things that bring our families back together. Today's my mom's birthday. It's November. You got Thanksgiving coming around the corner. What is it that you think about? What do you think about at this time of season? And are you already planning for how your year ends? Well, we want to discuss that. If there's topics that you haven't gotten the chance to clear up, haven't had the opportunity to finish, maybe, just maybe, we need to address that so that we can end the year strong. Last week, we talked about consistency, and I have to tell you, we got a lot of people wanting more and more content about consistency. Well, part of our consistent makeup is understanding that you have to show up. And in showing up means that people can rely on you. It allows us to build trust. It allows us to have a favorable idea about someone. You know, over the weekend, I went to a mastermind group, a very small mastermind group, and it was interesting when you put a group of people, of high-level thinkers in a room together, and you start talking about things that affect all human nature, whether that be money, relationships, business, food, even sexuality. It's amazing what comes from these groups. And you imagine having all the answers. We don't. We don't. And even when we start talking about AI and the way AI functions, imagine if the human mind was able to absorb information from as many people that pour into AI on a daily basis. How much more intelligent will we all be? Will we be able to see a different view, a different lens? Will we be more empathetic or less empathetic? These are just deeper level thoughts and deeper level questions that bring us to a center, is that we all have things to learn. But if we're not consistently learning, we're not consistently growing. So our challenge this year and this month is saying, how much have you grown from now, December or November, from the beginning of the year? If someone hasn't seen you in the last 6 months, what would they say? Are you the same? Are you different? Are you the same or are you different? My challenge to you is, I want to know if you're different. I can tell you in many ways, I'm a different individual. In many ways, I'm a different individual. I process a little slower. I speak a little less. I'm observant. I'm much more empathetic. These are just different ways that you think about it. And when it comes to money matters, this show is When the Lights Go Out, Are You Ready? We're talking about lifestyle-focused stuff. Our primary focus has been what millionaires and billionaires do. Well, when you have more time, which we think is the most valuable asset that you have is time, it allows you the opportunity to sit around with smarter people, to reflect a little bit differently. And when you do that, you start to figure out, these are the things that I want to learn more about me. These are the things that I want to advance or to elevate, or here's some opportunities for growth. How many of you are taking advantage of that? I want to know. I want to know. Hey, welcome to Lifestyle Focused Wealth. Again, I'm Ronco Johnson. That's just our opening statement of the day. We're kind of going to free float it today because I think we've done a good job of being consistent, wouldn't you say? Before I get started, I want to welcome you guys into the community. For those of you who are just taking us for the first time, and I want to say this, do me a favor. If you have a comment, give it to us, put it down below, put it in the chat. We want you to be a part of the conversation. It's important that you're a part of the conversation. Why? Because your details matter. And do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button below and the subscribe button right below. Why? Because we want you to be a part of our every Friday, 1 o'clock live conversation. What you bring to the table is important to us, and it allows us to give you the type of content that you really want to hear. So thank you in advance for hitting the subscribe button and sharing it with someone. Don't gatekeep. This is gatekeep season is on lock. We no longer want to gatekeep. We want to give the information to those who can use it, those who want to spread it, and those who believe in prospering together. So thank you guys for joining us. This is When the Lights Go Out. Are you ready? And we want to talk about how are you elevating? How have you made changes from the beginning of the year to now? And have you planned for it? And better yet, what are your future plans? How is something that you're doing right now helping you with your future goals? Future goals. How are you different? Go ahead and put it in the chat. I want to see. How are you different? That's what we're going to talk about today, because I think that's just a question that we can start asking people. We can start asking it. How am I different? I'm just giving you some examples. You know, we can talk about things you've done. Are you now a degreed person? Are you now a licensed professional? How have you aligned your purpose and driving it to help other people? What matters most to you? What matters most? And why does this matter? Because someone like you who puts and builds systems that build what I call financial precision, it can be an emotional situation. I know that. And for me, my difference is that I'm not just reactive. I'm proactive. And proactive in helping you scale your business, protect your brand, and also help you start to avoid lights out moments that is in front of all of us. You know, so these are just some examples of how I see it. But I'm interested in knowing our group. I'm interested in knowing how you think about things, right? So listen, don't forget, smash that like button below, and share it with someone that it matters. And don't forget to hit the ring button down, the ring notification bell right below. Why? Because it will allow you to get the information as it comes across as we drop new stuff. And we want to share this wisdom with all that we can. Because like I said before, I'm giving you guys the blueprint. And we want to share it with everyone we possibly can. So at the end of our broadcast today, don't forget to sign up for our newsletter and our email list, because it's engaging. There's articles that talk about travel, talk about recipes, especially Thanksgiving recipes. And it's absolutely free. So we want to make sure that you are part of our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community and that you are getting all that we offer to you. And it's absolutely free, no cost to you. So if you want more information about how you can join our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community, go to roncojohnson.com, or you can go to lifestylefocusedwealth.com, and you can join for as low as $16 a month when you pay the annual subscription. It's a great holiday gift, and it's a tax deduction because it's a financial literacy course. It's all financial literacy. So you're helping people like yourselves learn more, become more, and we're giving back to the community every conversation that we have. So thank you so much in advance. So let's go ahead and get into it today. So if you want more information about coaching, I'm going to ask you, go on to roncojohnson.com, sign up. Sign up. I think it's important that we have this conversation early. Why? Because coaching is one of those things that I believe saves time. And going back to that conversation that I was having with the folks this week, the one thing I was realizing is that everybody had a different level of expertise. And that in that level of expertise, you learn something new. And in learning something new, you got to understand, well, what am I really learning here? I'm going to change gears on you so that we understand. What am I learning in this time frame? What have I learned in the next 5 minutes that I didn't know prior to meeting you? What did I know? What have I learned in the next 5 minutes that I had no clue of prior to meeting you? And when you start to answer that question, you start to think a little bit differently. Did I come away with a financial strategy? Did I come away with a tax solution? Did I come away with an AI solution that helped me scale my business and minimize my time spent, but maximize my opportunity for revenue? How valuable is that? When we really look at it, it becomes the superpower. And it's become my superpower, is understanding your worth, your value. And that's what wealthy people do very well. They've created so much value in themselves, in their personal brand, that it only makes sense that they got to charge you for it. Why? Because so many people want that information from them. Hi, Kyle Smith. I see you out there. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Yes, I do have you guys live. It is live. But going back to it, when you think about your personal brand, if I were going to drive revenue to your business, would you want to know the answer to that? Would you want to know how we're going to do that? I can just speak for me for today. One of the biggest things for me in 2025, I will always remember the fact that I've learned that I have a great passion for coaching people. And I've always had it. I've always had it. And, but I never took advantage of that as an opportunity to be monetized. Why am I saying this to you? Because when I have a deeper look at myself, my history, whether it was helping someone with schoolwork when I was in college, helping a teammate learn a move in basketball when I was playing, helping the youth learn how to talk about financial education, as well as learn how to use sport as leverage so that they can get to college, helping jazz musicians use their name and their brand and their music, at the time CDs, as leverage to bring in revenue for their businesses, insurance advisors who want to scale their business from $50,000 to $60,000 to $150,000 a year, to talking to business coaches who are scaling their businesses to 7 to 9 figures rapidly. I learned that all of those things I was coaching. I've learned that I was coaching. But I had not put a value on the type of coach that I've been. I was putting a value on the service that I did, but not what I know. What you do for a living and what you know are two different things. And as an insurance professional for the last 28 years, when we sell a financial plan or we're offering products and solutions to the public, that's what you do. However, really truly understanding what I know is that 73 and a half is around the corner. There needs to be a strategy, an exit strategy that will allow you to minimize your taxes before 73 and a half prior to that. Why? Because you want more of the money for yourself. What if I were to tell you that most advisors miss the mark? When they ask you to roll over your retirement account to an IRA or to a Roth IRA, is that the most efficient plan that they have? It's a cookie cutter answer. I'm going to give it to you like this. Hey, good day, Sam. What's happening, buddy? Get your pens and paper ready for this one. This was just live off the cuff. You know, this past week, I was doing a seminar. I was talking to some folks, and I challenged them to use AI in our conversations, which, as an AI consultant and a financial expert, we're able to use both AI and the world of finance and tie them together much quicker, much more rapidly, so people can get the answers and then create systems that can actually create controls in your business so that that person can focus on their lifestyle. It's still about lifestyle. It's still about saving time. But in this conversation, we started to build this thing out. And we were talking to retirees who were looking for rollover opportunities. And one of the gentlemen in the crowd talked to me, and he raised his hand, and he said, yeah, I've rolled over my retirement plan to said account. And that said account, let's just say it was over $1 million. And I said, well, that's a good thing that you've done that. And he said, yeah, I've been doing it, and I didn't make but an X amount of money for many years with my retirement at work. But because I made these moves, certain things were better. And I said, well, how so, sir? And he told me, he said, well, I moved my money from an IRA to a Roth IRA. And I challenged the group to do this. I said, so is it important to have a product or a strategy? What is more important to you? Your lifestyle can't be about a product because the product has nothing to do with your lifestyle. So I kindly asked the man a few more qualifying questions, and I learned that he didn't have long-term care insurance. Something as simple as not having long-term care insurance focuses on me going back to his initial statement. He had a retirement account, he rolled it to an IRA, and transferred it to a Roth IRA. Well, the next question I had was, do you have a will? Do you have a trust? And he said, no. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of game today. When the group was asked to put this in, say your Chat GPT, your Copilot, your Gemini, whatever you're using, Claude, and you put in, which one works better? A Roth IRA or non qualified annuities? And it says initially that the Roth IRA is a more superior selection. So everyone in the class raised their hand. I asked them, do you agree with this statement? And I want to share with you why. It said that when you roll over money from an IRA to a Roth IRA, you have still to pay the taxes on your money. okay? It's still a taxable event. That rollover or that transfer is still a taxable event. The non-qualified annuity is a taxable event, and the Roth IRA is a taxable event. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to share it with you. So in other words, there's no advantage one way or another. If I take money out of the IRA, I got to pay my taxes. Except for the Roth IRA, once I've paid the taxes, there's no more taxes on this money, including its growth. But it stays in an individual account. A Roth IRA must have your individual name on the account. Okay? So again, let's just say he had $1 million. Pays his taxes on the lump sum. Let's just say he had $680,000 in a Roth IRA that now can grow, compound and grow, but there's no more taxes on this money. And because he's done it for so long, this money has grown back up to over $1 million in after-tax money, which is a great plan. But he's limited to what he can contribute to that because the Roth IRA has its limit. And for this podcast, I'll just ask you to go online and put that in your chat GPTs and all that stuff too. How much is the limit to a Roth IRA? Because it changes, and I want this podcast to be more evergreen. Just put that in. I want to teach you. Just go to it and put how much does it take? Okay. So I asked the group, does everybody agree with this? And most people raised their hand because that's what they hear on a daily basis. And then I said, well, the annuity, the non-qualified annuity, it's not a government-backed program. It's an insurance product that's contractually between you and the insurance company, whereas the IRA still has got some government ties to it. The Roth IRA has limitations on what I could put in. The non-qualified annuity has no limitations to what I could put in. That's one big thing. The second thing is what was seen as a disadvantage. The non-qualified annuity means I have to pay the tax on the rollover, and then I'm going to grow it inside of this annuity. But as it compounds, it's growing. Now, I don't have to pay taxes on the principal because I've already paid the taxes for it. However, I have to pay the taxes on its growth. Whereas the Roth IRA, you don't have to pay the taxes on its growth. Well, you can see that that's an advantage just there. I can grow my money back up to $1 million and I have to pay the money. But in this one, if it grows up to $1 million and I started with $680,000, it grows back up to $1 million, I have to pay the tax on the earning of the money. It sounds like this is a better tool until we ask a more strategic question. When the lights go out, are you ready? Go ahead and put "are you ready" in the chat. If you really want to know the answer to this solution, should I give you the answer or should I just intrigue you and have you come to our one-on-one mastermind class or our coaching class or talk to me on a one-on-one? But if you put it in the chat, tell me more, tell me more. I'll share it with the group. I will share it with the group. Okay? Tell me more, I'll share it with the group. Now I'm going to go ahead and share it with you anyway. So my question to him was, if you have no long-term care and you don't have your will and your trust, if you were to become disabled today and you needed to go into a long-term care facility, do you have enough money to do that? The gentleman said, well, I think I do. Well, the average stay was $60,000 a year in his particular state. And if he stayed for just under 5 years, he would have depleted that $680,000 of money that he had in an IRA or that moved and transferred to a Roth IRA. He would be forced to deplete it. Medicaid would not allow him. You couldn't use Medicaid because the Roth IRA is still connected to you as an individual. It's counted in your collected assets. However, this is where it's different. The non-qualified annuity, it can be transferred to a trust, which is no longer you as an individual. Yes, that makes the biggest difference in the world. Him being able to shift the money over to a living trust or an irrevocable trust takes that money completely out of his name. Therefore, he can still qualify for assistance through Medicaid. This is a lifestyle change. If you understand what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up in the chat. If you understood it, give me a thumbs up in the chat. If this is something that you didn't know just 5 minutes ago that you know right now, put it in the chat. Let me know that you know. This is important for me. This is important for us. It's important. Here's why. Most people don't know that the Roth IRA stays in your personal name. Therefore, all of what you got cannot be transferred to a trust in a Roth IRA. Well, guess who gets that back? Uncle Sam's going to get that back. They're not going to get it back from the taxes on the earnings. But if you had a person that needed care, you're going to have to spend that down in order for them to get care. Or they're going to have to buy or purchase some long-term care to assist them to the tune of about $60,000 a year. And hopefully they don't outlast the money. Now that becomes a fear factor. That becomes a situation that could be a lights out moment. Because if you're the child of that person, you may have to come back and take care of your father, become a caregiver, reduce your time at work. Maybe you have to make a choice. If I'm going to sacrifice my child's education fund to take care of a parent in need. It becomes a real life situation. This is why I'm calling it a lights out moment. For those people who are caring for an elderly parent or a young person who can't care for themselves, give them more grace. Those are the superheroes that we don't talk about very often because they're living a lights out moment daily. There's a tremendous amount of sacrifice that's happening when one has to take care of another. There's no going out. There's no trips to Bermuda. There's no hanging out last minute, especially if you're under 50, 45, 50, and you're taking care of a family member. There's no having your late night date come over and visit, or you're staying over their house overnight. Why? Because your sacrifice is to take care of a family member. And a lot of times, even though that comes from a good place, financially, the reason why this happens more and more often is because they could not afford the care. So if you were able to have a solution for the financial part so that you could make a decision on your own or even afford temporary care so you can still have the life that you want to live, how valuable is that information to you? This is why lifestyle focused wealth and our lifestyle focused wealth philosophy matters. We're not just throwing products at you. Sitting across the table from you is not the solution. You need professionals that are going to sit on the same side as you and help you build a strategy for your legacy based on what your lifestyle is all about. This is what lifestyle focused planning is all about. Giving you the time, the freedom to make the choices that are in your best interest. So once we start to have this conversation, I asked the question, so do you still think option A was a better solution than option B? Option A was a more popular decision, but option B wasn't popular because also there's no government ties to this money because of the contract between you and an insurance company. It's not just the annuity by itself. It's the fact that I can use other things, attaching it to my hand. I can attach the trust. I can attach more life insurance. I can attach my estate to it. I can attach a lot more things to my one hand than I could over here to minimize my taxes. And that becomes where strategies come and help you out. Hopefully I'm making sense to you. Did you understand it today? Am I giving you some sauce today? Because at the end of the day, we're not going to promote one thing or another. We're really promoting what I call financial intelligence. Financial literacy is one thing, financial education is another. But financial intelligence is when we take all of those products and all those services, tie them together and come up with a solution that's going to be there when you live too long, when you die too early, and when you become disabled in between. It needs to work in those three instances. If your financial plan has a gap in it and it doesn't work in one of those three factors, living too long, dying too early, or becoming disabled in between, it's time to make an adjustment. It's time to make an adjustment to your plan that can stand up to the lifestyle and those three factors in your plan. Not one product can do that all, but a strategy, a solution can do it. Where does AI come into play here? The funny thing is, as I'm teaching in our class, I'm sharing with them how stacking these AI agents and GPTs, give an example. If you're using ChatGPT, you can give ChatGPT a command. It's the command center. You could give it a command to do a certain thing, but you need that certain thing to connect to a different program, whether it's connecting to your calendar, maybe it's connecting to Calendly, maybe it's connected to your email on a Gmail account, maybe it's connected to Gamma or Canva so it can design something for you. You had a principal that needed to connect somewhere else. And now that principal gives a directive and does it within that tool. Well, financial planning does the same thing. It's been doing it for a long time. And guess what? The purpose of this coaching in this class that I'm saying to you right now is to save you time. It's to save you time. The time that it took this man to figure it out, he had spent 26 years working somewhere, losing money, and then rolled the stuff over and then transferred it to another account that still left him vulnerable. And he thought that was the end of the road for him, only to find out that there was much more to do, much more to consider, much more at stake. Even if he's a living, breathing person, it's still much more at stake because he has a daughter. If he doesn't make it, guess what happens? The money's got to roll downhill. It's got to go to somebody, but it's in his personal name. So the idea is to own nothing and control everything. If we can own nothing but control everything, does that matter to you how we do it? The answer to that question could be a very expensive answer. However, when it comes to losing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, the price for coaching is worth it. Why? Because every dollar that you save today, you're adding to your future dollars in the future. I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that is resonating with you. I just had to give that to you today. Look, why am I saying this? This is what millionaires and billionaires do. Now, if you have enough money and you can have this financial plan and you can pay for long-term care, maybe this is not the conversation to you. But 95% of you watching our podcast are middle Americans making probably $100,000 or less a year. And you can't afford that to happen. Not with the inflation costs, not with the rising prices, not with the gas and food increases. That is a concern that you have to protect immediately. So part of this program is not to scare you. We're done with scare tactics. We want to make sure we inform you so you can make the perfect decision for your perfect lifestyle. And then you can start building it the way it needs to be built, with a lot of thought, a lot of intention, and legacy minded and legacy focused. And that's really what this is all about. That's really what this is all about. So listen, if you want to become part of our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community, do me a favor, join us. Go ahead and join us, because at the top of the year, we're going to roll out our brand new coaching program with all of our masterminds, our coaching, and all this stuff that we're talking about, increasing your revenue, talking about AI solutions, talking about financial solutions, how we tie them all together and help you get to where you want to go, all through the Ronco Johnson Foundation. So we're really excited about it. These are the things that I'm saying to you. What have you done over the last 11 months that you're excited about rolling out next month, next year? Where are you? Are you still talking about what you're gonna do? Or have you already started doing it? Also, a beauty of AI, I can honestly say, whatever you think about, you can do it immediately. You don't have to wait till next week or Friday. If you want a website, you can have it done today. If you have a thought, you can have your thoughts put out today. If you want to write a script or a book, we can do it today. How valuable is that? It's valuable because tomorrow could be your first dollar towards your future. If that makes sense to you, if that resonates with you, do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Share this with your family. Share it with your friends. And let them know that you heard it from me, Ronco Johnson, your lifestyle focused wealth coach. Don't keep me a secret. Share it. Your family, your friends, your business, and your legacy will thank me for it. Absolutely. And I tell you now, you don't want to get caught out there and be left behind, because being by yourself on spring break while everybody else is in school just ain't no fun. Hey, join our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community. Membership starting at $16 a month when you pay the annual subscription. So register online today at www.lifestylefocusedwealth.com. Hey everybody, it's Ronco Johnson, your Lifestyle Focused Wealth Coach. Man, we've been talking about what have you done, what have you planned for this year? And, I see some takeaways. Hi, Donna. I see you're out there. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Sam, I thank you for joining us. Sandra, I thank you. Happy Friday. It's Lifestyle Focus Friday. And guess what? My smile just shows you that I look forward. I look forward to helping you with these conversations. I look forward to bringing you the content that makes your world better. And hopefully we can continue to offer this to you and start bringing on guests in the next months so that we can have more and more in-depth conversations. And what am I looking at? I'm looking at one of our takeaways There's so many people that don't have a clue about their financial tools out there. It's time to speak up and meet with us. Thank you so much, Donna Henderson. I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, our goal is to start having these conversations, man. Listen, we're not trying to sell no one. If you care about the people that you're looking for, you're looking next to. If you got your family, you got your crew, take care of your family and your crew. Look at this current financial, the current economic situation that we're in. Certain people in power can show you. They're taking care of their crew. Wealthy people are taking care of wealthy people right now. The question is, are you included in that conversation? If the answer is no, if you didn't get that personal phone call, you're probably not included. So it's probably a situation where you need to start partnering up with people in your group, create a group, get involved with other people, they're smart people who want to have higher level conversations. Because all the dancing on YouTube and TikTok ain't going to save you when it costs you too much to afford. So that's my time for today. Listen, I want to thank you guys in advance for being part of our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community. I want to thank you in advance for just allowing me the opportunity to be serving you. And hopefully, our conversations are resonating with you, someone in your family, someone in your business. And all we want to do is help. All we want to do is help. So from my family to yours, I look forward to saying thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing. And thank you for becoming a member of our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community. And I look forward to spending more time with you in the coming weeks and sharing with you and hearing from you. Do me a favor, send me an email, roncojohnson.com. Go to roncojohnson.com and you can set up a one-on-one meeting with us, or send me an email or DM me on all social media platforms. It's just simple, Ronco Johnson. I love to hear your information. I love to hear what you've experienced. What have you changed? What do you need help with? How can we assist you? Because look, the law of reciprocity must be this. It's very simple. My goal in life and my desire in life is to help you get where you want to go. Because I have somewhere I want to go. But I can't do it without desiring you get what you need. So let's give back, folks. Let's start giving back. This is that time that you say Thanksgiving. Well, what is it that we're thankful for? Are you just thankful for you, or how you've helped someone else? Think about that for a second. Hey, I'm Ronco Johnson. This is my life. This is Lifestyle Focused Wealth. Thank you guys for joining us. I will be catching you on the next time, next week, every Friday at 1 o'clock, right here, same place, same time. We're going to have a higher level conversation that helps to keep you moving towards the top. So listen, don't forget to tell a friend. I look forward to seeing you next time. God bless. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Peace out.